Welcome back, guys, and we got CPA data with a lot of nothing actually. Bitcoin moved a little bit here to the upside, but the more interesting part about today's show are coins that haven't moved at all yet and about to explode to the upside. And we want to take advantage of these coins before they're actually moving in the same manner as Bitcoin Cash, Compound, and Avi already did. And if you want to know which coins that are, then definitely stick around here. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and also activate the bell to never miss out on these important updates. And thank you so much for 32,400 followers. We just cracked the 400 mark yesterday overnight, and let's get directly into Bitcoin. So here you can see overall we are still in that range here, still haven't left the range. We tried today to get to $31,000 but got again rejected from there, created a Darth Maul candle on the 4-hourly chart, and now try to pump here again to the upside. But something else important that I wanted to point out, and that is something that I said yesterday. I told you guys, get in if we break above $565, and I hope that some of you actually listened to me. I saw in my free Telegram group that some of you actually went in. Congratulations to the guys that listened to me. So now, when you have a look at this, if you would have taken profit at 30,950, yeah, here, so 1.3% on 25x leverage, that is 32%, roughly, more or less. So you would have made here really, really good money if you would have listened to me. And a lot of guys, I know you listen to me and you make bank, and I'm really happy for that, because that's the whole point of this channel, that I help you to get where you want to be financially so that you can live the life that you want. So, and yeah, I'm really, really happy that I see so many of you actually listening to me. So now, of course, we would like to know, where is the next entry for us? Where should we enter next for a new potential trade here? So, and that is actually the level that we are at right now. So if you missed to get in all the way down here, where I told you yesterday it would be a good moment to get in, so even here you could have re-entered. If you would have missed it there, like an hour ago, you could have entered there on that wick down. So, but I think that was your last opportunity to get at this level in, because I believe the next level that we need to watch here, like I said, is where we are at more or less right now, at $30,830. 1 hourly close above, that is your entry, and then your exit is $31,300-$400. I would not risk for now to let it run higher unless you want to trail your stop loss. Let's say 31,400, and your stop loss becomes then the old entry. So that's a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. It's not that bad. So on 25x leverage, you lose roughly 18%, and you make to the upside roughly 40 something. So it's, yeah, 40-ish, 42. So it's not that bad. But I recommend you, if you would enter this trade, trail your stop loss. So when we get here to like 31,200, put your stop loss at like 30,950. So you see there's quite some space for the price to move, just to be sure, you know. So, and especially if we break here above that and you see a wick to the upside, put your stop loss directly under this dotted line here at around 31,200. So if you get in at 30,800 to 31,200, that's a $400 move. So that $400 move is already quite a chunk of money. So that is again roughly 30% on 25x leverage. So it's definitely worth taking that trade if we get there. But remember, 1 hourly close above the $30,830 level, we're not entering. Before that, the stochastic RSI is looking like that it wants to give another buy signal, and that would be of course good for us, because that would mean that we would see more upwards momentum. But I also want to point out that Bitcoin is going up here for quite a while already. Yeah, actually I leave that dotted line. And here is another potential ascending triangle. So now I actually have to make it different. So there you see, so we are running into the apex. If we would break out from here to the upside, there you see $31,490, not so far away from the target that I would have. Remember, I like to take a little bit profit beforehand because everybody is looking at these targets. So if I take a little bit earlier profit than everyone else, then the chances are higher that my position will get filled, my order gets filled, so and I get out while everybody else maybe doesn't, you know. So the $90 doesn't make a huge difference to the upside to me if I get at least at the exact price out where I want to get out. So that's why I put my own personal take profit orders a little bit lower than what the target is saying. So, but yeah, if we break to the outside, we can we could expect to go to these levels. So now, when we are looking here on this 4-hourly chart, here you can also see that we are exactly what I just said. We have a Dove Mall candle here. We still are in that range, but potentially, really potentially, today could be the day where we are leaving the range, or tomorrow. So either to the upside or to the downside. But right now it looks like that we want to go to the upside. And I'll show you now another reason why I believe that. And that is that here, that broadening horizontal wedge that we have here, with the bearish divergence, that the bearish divergence is if we close today's 12-hourly candle as it is invalidated, because we have broken above the downward sloping trend line on the RSI, we have broken it to the upside. But here comes something else that is really important when we are breaking a bearish divergence. The RSI has to go higher than this high here on the RSI priorly. So only when that is broken, then we can to 100% confirm that the bearish divergence is invalidated, and even better if it would go higher than this one here, but I'm not counting on that. So for me, it's enough if we get over this one here. That's for me good enough for the time being to say that the bearish divergence is invalidated, and that will also coincide with a break out of that range to $32,000, $34,000 in my opinion. Also here on that pattern you see here, if I would zoom in here now a little bit, you see how the price action is mirroring this fractal that I laid over here. So, and according to the fractal, we would see now until Friday a downwards move to like 30,000 to 100, so just $500. Who cares, you know? So, and then we would see a massive break to the upside. So I can definitely live with that if we are continuing to mirror the price action of that prior fractal. And I'm definitely keeping an eye on that, because if it really continues to follow that fractal, then here is a perfect long opportunity by Friday to get into Bitcoin. And guys, of course, don't forget, if you want to trade with me together, I'm still trading on BYBIT. There you still get $30,000 absolutely for free if you use this specific link here. And I'm also right now trading on BingX. So I just opened here an INJ position. So you see it's like plus minus zero right now in that position. That's also a really comfortable exchange to trade on. I will also leave a link in the pinned comment below and in the description below. They have also a copy trading feature that I'm using. So for some coins, if you want to follow me with copy trading, you can do that also on BingX. And then, of course, I have also positions running here on BYBIT. You see here $3,000 right now in a profit. And I also make profit on the funding fees. And if you want to learn how I do that I actually get paid for having this trade, then you should definitely also go to my course on AMCrypto.us. Pick the course that suits best to your needs. If you need help, if you don't need help, if you want to be mentored directly by me, take advantage of that. Message me on Instagram directly, and I might give you an amazing deal that you will not get on the website. So yeah, definitely write me on Instagram. Just make sure that it's crypto2_Alex close to 400k followers. All other Instagram profiles are fake. Only write the one with almost 400,000 followers. So now, before I go into altcoins, I actually go now into altcoins. I want to talk quick about today's sponsor, and that is Wall Street Memes. I think that is a project under the meme coins that can do incredibly well. I had it on my radar before they actually came to me. Yeah, so and when I saw it the first time, they had just raised close to $1 million or $2 million. So now they have raised $14.271 million already. So they are really close to raise the price again here for the next stage. So there's just yeah, a million missing before they're raising the price again. So you can buy here with Ethereum, USDT, or by card. See here, yeah, actually in 5 days they're raising again. Here you have all their socials on the website. You find the tokenomics, the ambassadors. Let me see. So here, when you go here, there you see here, Crypto Jamie is in it, Aaron is in it, which is amazing. So, and then when you're going to their socials, to their Twitter account, you see they are quite active, 252,000 followers. There are quite some big names following them already, which is an indication that they might be doing pretty well if you take advantage of the pre-sale that they have going on right now. So I will leave you all the links and all the information also in the pinned comment below, directly on top of the video, that you find it immediately. So definitely have a look at it, because I believe if you position yourself now in pre-sales where you can get in as a normal person without being an influencer and getting an influencer allocation or having connections to get into pre-sale allocations, that is a really good project where I would definitely take advantage of to get just a little bit, even if it's just $50. You know, just take a little bit. If it makes 20x, you make $1,000. But don't forget, it's not financial advice, and that was sponsored content. So now let's talk about XRP. First and foremost, I want to apologize that I did not really prepare this chart too much because I did not have so much time. You will see now on the other charts what I mean when we go over there, but that's absolutely fine. So we are here in a buy zone right now. If you were able to get in here in May, then this would have been your first take profit point. But yeah, we talk about now we broke the downward sloping trend line, which is definitely bullish. And we also try to break out of that range that I consider a buy zone, that is also bullish for XRP right now. And we are still keeping the upwards sloping trajectory. So XRP hasn't moved a lot over the last couple of months. So when you look at this here, since when we are in the 40-cent region and going all the way back, and I try to find here 50 cents, let's say 60 cents. Look here, 60 cents the last time, last year in May. So over a year, we are stuck in that, yeah, basically in that 40 to 55, 58 cent range. Yeah, let's make it 56. So 40 to 56 cent range that we are trapped in and not leaving it. But I can tell you, once we are leaving it, XRP will take off like crazy. So let's say we get here to this point. So then you have to look at where the next bigger resistance would be, and that is close to 80 cents. So here we could see a 40% pump in XRP once we are leaving that range. So if you consider where we are right now, it's almost 100%. So if I take the price action where we are now and I put it to 78, so there, yeah, okay, sorry, it's almost 70%. So it's like 67%, which is still quite good, you know. So if you position yourself now, and when it comes to your stop loss, the upward sloping trend line, once that is broken, that is your stop loss. Once it's broken, slightly under it, you exit. Otherwise, you keep your position open and yeah, trade it all the way to the upside and take profits along the way. So my first take profit point, the next one, if you buy down here, would be at the 468 cents region, or yeah, 56 cents region. That's where I would take profit. And I just saw here something else. Here's another downward sloping resistance line. I totally missed that one. So the best that you can do is that you wait for a break of this downward sloping resistance line that I just found. So, and that would be, yeah, at, let's say 48 cents. 48 cents would be a good entry on XRP right now. So then when we go to Link, so here you see now the difference in the chart. So here in Link, we are getting close to, in my opinion, your last buy opportunity before XRP will take off to the upside. And also every time that we come back into that range here, it's your last chance to get XRP that cheap. So every time when it dips into that range, I would buy more if you trade spot. If you are in a leveraged position, I would add to my position every time that we come back into that zone here. Of course, not when we went already 70% up, but like between the first take profit point and that zone, every time that we dip back into it, I would buy more and more and more, because at some point it will go to the upside, because XRP is also stuck here in that range to closely $9.55 all the way to the bottom of $5.40 for over a year already. Also here, once it leaves that range, it will take off tremendously once we are getting above $8.30 in my opinion. So in here you can see once, so basically here, the downward sloping trend line, once that is broken, it becomes your entry. There you can already enter prematurely if you want. And that is where I had my alarm set, you know, exactly around the price where we are at right now. I think it's $6.30 is my alarm, something like that. So there I wanted to enter already into XRP, and I see something else. Here's potentially also a double bottom pattern for XRP forming right now. Sorry, for Chainlink forming. It's Chainlink. So, and yeah, the first take profit zone would be all the way up to 15.5% to the upside. We would run here into this bigger resistance area here. So I would definitely take some profits and raise my stop loss to my entry, and the initial stop loss would be here. These wicks here at $5.82.5. That is my initial stop loss, 7.55% to the downside. So, and of course, like I said, once we're reaching the first take profit point, we are raising our stop loss to have here risk-free trade. Then it goes to the second take profit point at 31.77%. And then we have an imbalance. And if you remember, guys, I told you many, many times, imbalances, sooner or later, they have to be getting filled. And at the same time, we would leave that range finally. So that would give us 68.7%. And that is the final take profit point on that trade to the upside. And then we're going to reevaluate the whole situation and find new entries to continue to trade here higher. But imagine you trade this just with 5x from where we are right now. That is over 300%, 340% to the upside, and that can happen in a matter of a couple of weeks. So in the next, let's say 2 to 6 weeks, that can actually be happening. So then the next position that I want to talk about is MATIC. And remember, guys, I told you yesterday, I was so angry that I missed my entry on MATIC because it's just on a streak here to the upside right now. So, and here again, the box that we are sitting on right now, that is your entry. That is the entry where you still want to get into MATIC while you can. And if we ever come back down to these lower levels here to like 66 all the way to like 68, that is also your last chance to get MATIC kind of cheap, because I believe it will not revisit these prices afterwards for a long time and will just do something like this here to the upside. So, and here is something really, really nice on MATIC. We have a lot of imbalances on the way up, which makes it highly probable that we go all the way to the final target, which is roughly 29% from the bottom of that box here we are sitting on right now. So I actually need to raise that a little bit because the price action is somewhere else. Yeah, so you see here 6.77% is almost nothing. So it's pretty pretty obvious that we might go and fill that imbalance all the way up there. So yeah, still 24% roughly from where the price is now to clean the final imbalance to the upside. So there again, only 5x leverage, you're looking at 120% profit in a matter of yeah, potentially 2 weeks here. And every time that we hit one take profit point, you raise your stop loss to make sure not losing or missing out on profits. You know, we should always remember we should be not too greedy when we are trading and always raise our stop loss. Yeah, so and here the stop loss, the initial one, if we would come back to the stop loss level, remember that would be potentially also become my entry. Then here to the downside, this last chance box, there's my stop loss based on that wick here to the downside. That is where I would set my stop loss. So that is roughly 7% to the downside. That's also something that you need to keep in mind when it comes to risk management. You would potentially lose 35% if it actually goes all the way down to your stop loss. But for the time being, I don't see this happening. So potentially we see here something like this over the next coming days, and then we move actually higher for MATIC. And then I have two more coins, guys, that we need to talk about. One of them is DOT. Also, DOT has a downward sloping trend line here right now. We have two imbalances that needs to be cleaned. Also here, my entry is above the downward sloping resistance line and above a crucial resistance area here. That's why I have my entry so high and not enter prematurely all the way down here already, because I want to make sure that this resistance is cleared and also that we are above the downward sloping resistance line before I enter. And then to the first take profit zone, to the lower end, it's 8%. Then the imbalance and the second take profit point is 21%, and the final imbalance would be 53.17%, where I take profit, and then we are basically at $8.30 to the upside here on DOT. And also here, give it a couple of weeks, let the dominance settle after Bitcoin had its little screamer to like 32, 40, 34K, and then you will see that the altcoins actually gonna explode along the way while Bitcoin is coming down or going sideways. So also here, amazing opportunity. Every opportunity where we drop back under $5, massive buy opportunity and potentially your last chance to get your hands on Polkadot for roughly under $5. So every time we dip into that, it's another great buying opportunity that you should definitely take advantage of. Then GALA Games is the next one, and that is one that I like a lot right now because the chart is so clean. I just love the chart, how clean the chart looks. So when we look at that, then also here again, downward sloping resistance line as on most of the altcoins, and we have an ascending triangle. I only saw this when I was starting to draw here on the chart and to analyze it. So here we are running already into that downward sloping resistance line. Once that is broken, you could prematurely enter, but you see my alarm is at 2 cents 646, where I want to enter, just because of the fact that here is also a strong resistance sitting, and I want that the ascending triangle is broken to the upside. So not only the downward sloping line, but also here this horizontal line of that ascending triangle. I want this to be broken before I enter a position. And also here, every time that we go here under 2 cents 377, massive buy opportunity. Also potentially your last chance before this is running like crazy to the upside. The first take profit point is here at 3 cents and then all the way up to 3 cents and 1. That will give you on the lower end 14.36%, and then we have an imbalance all the way up here with the final take profit point, and then we'll give you 37.3% roughly from my entry. So these are coins that I would definitely have an eye on right now because they haven't moved, like I said, for a long time. They're in a downtrend and they haven't moved at all, like massively, like Bitcoin Cash, Compound or something like that moved already 100% in a matter of like 2 weeks. these coins haven't done this yet. These coins are also A-class coins that normally always run sooner or later, and I reckon from these selective coins that are running, like Bitcoin Cash and Compound and all these others, and also Solana, these coins are next. So you want to be in them before they actually start exploding. And that's why I say again, guys, if you can position yourself, of course, do your due diligence, but I am loading heavily up on these coins before they are shooting here to the upside. Guys, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.